If Russia decides to invade, that would also have consequences here at home. But the American people understand that defending democracy and liberty is never without cost. This is a cause that unites Republicans and Democrats. And I want to thank the leaders and members of Congress of both parties who've forcefully spoken out in defense of our most basic, most bipartisan, most American principles. I will not pretend this will be painless. There could be impact on our energy prices. So we are taking active steps to alleviate the pressure on our own energy markets and offset raising prices.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say, peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to our venerable apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well, and peace and blessings to the Lord's elect, the house of David. All right, it's Brother Aharon coming back at you with another lesson, Lord willing to be edifying and uplifting to the elect. All right, and I started out with 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. All right, and I'm going to read that over again, and then we're going to get right into this lesson. Okay, so 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, all right, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, so we are looking at the times, the time of prophecy, or the prophecy timeline, I should say. All right, we are indeed into the time of peace and safety. All right, and at the same time, those who are paying attention and watching, okay, we the disciples of Yahushua, all right, starting from our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, okay, those who have the eyes to see pertaining to Isaiah 33 and 6, all right, that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, we know what time we're in, okay, like it tells you in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 2, all right, it says, for yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. So we are very aware, all right, of the times and the seasons that we're in, okay, so we understand that during these times that we're in, with all the distractions and the rumors and wars and rumors of wars, and all of a sudden you have basically almost everywhere that you go, they're dropping these so-called Vanessa mandates, all right, and they're pushing this energy of peace and safety, all right, but at the same time, on the left-hand side, you know what's happening. That's destruction and judgment is brewing, okay? On the left-hand side of the Most High, destruction and judgment is brewing, man. Meaning what? Esau Edom is preparing to unleash holy hell on these people, okay? And that's all because of the time of what? Judgment, okay? Now, through the Spirit, you know, we've been looking at the timelines, all right? And it looks like things might start going down, all right? We don't know, all right? But we're looking at things through the Spirit, and it looks like these devils might turn things up in the month of March, man, all right? Because I believe this year marks 77 years, all right, since the end of, I believe, World War II, all right? So they go into the numerology, man, all right? They go into numerology, and the year is what? 2022, all right? 22 is what? Judgment times 2, okay? Because 11 represents judgment, all right, or destruction, all right? Destruction times 2, man. So it says, then sudden destruction cometh upon them. So we're in them times, man, okay? Now, I have a quote here, and then I'm going to get this article that I have. All right, it's going to be a short, quick video. All right, I have a quote. It says here, politics. All right, because as you saw in the video that I put in the beginning of it, you have this guy Biden. All right, and he's talking. And what he's saying is basically letting people know, all right, that they're going to have to take some very drastic measures in order to basically fight for the people's liberties. In other words, in order for us to get to the next step, a lot of people are going to have to sacrifice their lives. Okay, that's why he said it's going to be, he's not going to say that it's going to be painless. Okay, because they're preparing, all right, for a time like never before. And Yahushua said there's a times that we should prepare for. Okay, so it says politics, the art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering to dupe average people into accepting or even demanding their own enslavement. And this is by Larkin Rose. All right. So that's what politics is. The art of using euphemisms, lies, emotionalism, and fear-mongering to dupe average people into accepting or even demanding their own enslavement. And that's what you see in today's world. All right. They're able to use, all right, politics. All right. You go on your mainstream media, all you hear is politics. Everything is about politics. All right. And what that does is what it brings that fear that prevails over people, who are ignorant of the truth. Okay. That's why they end up making decisions that's going to lead to their own destruction. All right. And it says here, what, demanding their own enslavement, meaning what? That the ideas that the so-called places like a World Economic Forum, which are leading, all right, with a lot of things that's pertaining to this beast system that they're trying to set up. All right. The World Economic Forum is really at the forefront of it. Okay. They're really at the forefront of it, and they're influencing, all right, a lot of things that's happening in the global atmosphere. Okay. So all the things that's happening right now, these elites, so-called elites, all right, have their hand in it. The World Economic Forum, that is. All right. When you go on their website and you read certain things that they have, even their head, what's his name, Klaus Schwab, all right, wrote a whole book, I believe it's called C19, the Global Reset or something like that. All right. The Great Reset, I think. All right. The Great Global Reset. All right. And he talks about so many things. All right. And how they're going to bring it about. A lot of problems. All right. And a lot of solutions. OK. And all these things that he talks about, this is a great opportunity to bring about this new world order. Those kind of that kind of rhetoric. OK. So they're doing all these things and they have the perfect solution for those problems. All right. And now we're looking at, you're hearing a lot about so-called cyber attacks. All right. Ukraine just got hit with a cyber attack. And now they're saying that if Russia invades Ukraine, then it's going to affect us on our mainland, specifically the cyber world. Like, come on. All right. Come on, man. And that's what they're doing, to dupe the average people into accepting or demanding their own enslavement. All right. That's all it is, man. Now, I want to read this article here. All right. It says Rand Paul urges U.S. truckers to take up cause of liberty like Canadian counterparts. And he says, quote, I hope they clog up cities. OK, so what do you think he's trying to say? This is Rand Paul is also a politician. OK, and for him to be putting this kind of energy out there is basically going into second as just the 15th chapter. OK, sedition among men. And when you look at what's happening in Canada, what is the end result of that so-called trucker convoys that's protesting and stuff like that? It ended up in so-called the Prime Minister Trudeau, all right, saying that he's invoking some so-called emergency powers. Okay, when you start hearing emergency powers to go against people who are peacefully protesting, you know what's coming after that. It only escalates from there. And then when it escalates, things happen like chaos. And when chaos happens, you have spring, you have summer, things get hot. So chaos is happening. What happens after that to quell the chaos? What they call martial law. All right, what they call martial law. And they're going to be running a lot of people into that stuff, man. All right, during the time of martial law, man, that's all part of the time of trouble. Okay, so I'm not even going to read the whole thing. I'm just going to put it in the chat. In the description. But I wanted to bring out this right here. Okay, this article that I came across earlier. I think a brother posted in the chat and I looked it up. All right, it says Stagecoach and Coachella 2022 festivals drop C-related rules, including masking and testing. All right, so something that they forced people to do for the past 2 years. All right, testing and masking and, finessing. All right, all that stuff. Now, all of a sudden, they're dropping it. That's very interesting. It's almost like they send the people up to fulfill that prophecy of when they shall say peace and safety, because everything is back to normal. Right? Stagecoach and Coachella have dropped their major C-related requirements for their 2022 festivals, from masking and negative testing to Vanessa requirements. A post on the Coachella Valley and Music Festival website reads, in accordance with local guidelines. And there will be no Vanessa testing or masking requirements at Coachella 2022. The festival does not, however, the festival does note, however, that there could be changes due to public health conditions or decisions on the federal, state, or local levels, or by the festival promoters as the festival nears. All right. So you have it. Okay. And they're going to have these celebrities out there, so on and so forth. Again, this is all bread and circuses. All right. Give the people bread and circuses. All right. And they shall never revolt. Okay. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to lull people to sleep. Meanwhile, Joseph Biden coming out talking about there's a so-called invasion that's coming and it might affect all of us. I mean, what's going on? All right. Yahushua Shai told us about these times, man. All right. As a matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Okay. So those who are paying attention and being vigilant, we're not going to get caught off guard. We're actually paying attention. We're watching. We waiting for this. Okay. We are waiting for this. All right. This is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. And that's all we've been hearing. Okay. That's all we've been hearing, man. All this year alone, just this year alone, man. We've been hearing about wars and rumors of wars. Okay. Russia is involved. China is involved. Of course, NATO is involved. That's why. Why do you think they're pushing for Ukraine so bad? Why they want Ukraine so bad? Because that's a vantage point. If Ukraine borders Russia, if they can get Ukraine to be a part of NATO, they could just set up their missile defense, missile offense over there. Because that's what they have in all those Eastern European countries that are bordering or close to Russia. If you really look at the map of NATO's designated areas that they're in these different countries, boy, is everything towards Russia, man, against Russia. But yet they're pushing that, oh, Russia is about to invade. Oh my goodness. So what? So what does that NATO? Ukraine is not even part of NATO. So if America or if Russia was to be dealing over there in the east with a country that borders them, why the hell is America so interested in that? Why are you so worried about it? How does America, Russia, and Ukraine affect us? I don't understand that. That's like America and Mexico going at it, and Russia is over there saying, yo, hey, America is trying to invade Mexico. We about to do something about that. If it happens, then it's going to happen. It's going to affect us. That's what they're saying. It doesn't make sense. All right. But it's not supposed to make sense. All right. That's how you create confusion. Just say a lot of stuff that don't make no sense, and then just keep repeating it until people believe it. All right. So it says, and that's another form of witchcraft. All right. That's another form of witchcraft. Okay. Is to tell lies and then people actually believe it as truth. That's witchcraft. All right. That's warlock shit. So it says, verse 6, it says, see that ye be not troubled. Okay. Because we have the spirit, all right, of patience. We have the spirit of what? Of faith. All right. And these things that we've seen, these things, we're witnessing what the word has told us. Okay. Romans 15:4. All right. For everything written aforetime was written for our learning. Okay. Our learning, man. It says, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay. So we waiting for a major prophecy, and all these things and signs are leading to that. All right. It says, for nation shall rise against nation. Okay. Meaning they're getting stirred up, one nation stirring up the other. All right. And kingdom against kingdom. Okay. And there shall be famines and pestilences. Okay. So we got to pay attention to why all of a sudden they letting out all the restrictions. Is there something that they setting up again, and they have to let people go back to somewhat of a normal state? So when they bring the new health scare, if you will, it could be more effective. Maybe if you hold on too long, then people might start just not believing anything you're saying. They're catching on, so you got to let things go a little bit, give them a little distraction again, and then come right back and finish the game. All right. But this is all part of what? Prophecy. It says, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Okay. The beginning of sorrows, man. Let's see what the word sorrows gives us. All right. It says here, the pain of childbirth, travail pain, birth pangs, intolerable anguish, in reference to the dire calamities preceding the advent of the Messiah. Ooh. Okay. So that right there seals the deal that we're going into the times that's leading to the return of our Lord. So that means that we got to get ready for major hell. That's why this nigga Biden said that he can't say that it's not going to be painless. All right. So people are about to go through that pain, that suffering. All right. That's what's coming, man. The beginning of sorrows. We're here. All right. We're here. So, hey, don't get caught off guard with all these things that's going on. All right. Whether it's in the mainstream media or not, just don't get caught off guard. Pay attention. All right. Watch as well as pray, because we have to in these times, man. All right. It's too much hell going on. It's too much confusion. It's too much overt sensationalism. All right. Just too much wickedness going on. All right. That it could sometimes get too much. It's just overwhelming. But you got to pray that the Lord keep us, all right, like he promised. Okay. Revelation 3:10. All right. That he watch over our spirits, our souls, our bodies, all right, our minds, all right, and strengthen us, encourage us, all right, as we end closer and closer to this end of this thing, man. All right. So, hey, man, brothers and sisters, just stay strong, and keep watching and keep praying. Okay. Keep praying, man. The Lord, hey, Yahushua is coming. All right. As a matter of fact, let me get one last precept here. All right. Yahushua is coming, man. He's on his way. All right. He's on his way, and he's going to get us up out of here. All right. Those who wait for him, we're going to be delivered. All right. We're going to be delivered, man. All right. It's the book of James chapter 5, verse 7. It says, "Be patient, therefore, brethren, unto the coming of the Lord. Behold, the husbandman waiteth for the precious fruit of the earth, and hath long patience for it, until he receive the early and latter rain." All right. It says, "Be ye also patient, establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh." Okay. The coming of the Lord draweth nigh. So we must remain patient, meaning endure. All right. Endure these pains, these times that we're coming in. All right. Patient. Let's read that real quick. It says here in the online etymology, it says patience capable of enduring misfortune, suffering, etc. without complaint. All right. Bearing. All right. Suffering, enduring. Okay. Slow to anger, self-restrained, having the temper which endures trials and provocations. That's what we're entering into. Okay. Esau is going to be using all types of things to provoke, all right, a reaction from us. All right. But we must stay, slow to anger and self-restrained. Okay. Awaiting or expecting an outcome calmly and without discontent. Look at that. That's beautiful right there. Awaiting or expecting an outcome calmly and without discontent. Okay. So that's what it means to be patient. All right. Be ye also patient. Establish your hearts, for the coming of the Lord draweth nigh. And that is what we're awaiting for. Awaiting and expecting Yahushua's return calmly and without discontent. All right. So I'm going to leave it off there. Lord willing, you've been edified. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachakodash, the Wadi Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai for the inspiration. And until next time, Shalom.